Hey everyone, and welcome back to the AWS Technical Essentials series. Today we are diving into Lab 3, configure a web application to use an Amazon S3 bucket and DynamoDB table. In this session, we are going to get head on a basic overview of some core AWS services. We will walk you through how to create Amazon S3 bucket, and we will dive into the crucial aspect of security. Setting the right permissions for your S3 bucket and the objects within it. So further, we will learn how to modify an existing application to integrate with your S3 bucket and Amazon DynamoDB. Showing you how to create a DynamoDB table. By the end of this lab, you will learn successfully configured a complete web application using both your S3 bucket for the storage and your DynamoDB table for data management. Get ready to build some real-world skills for this lab 3. First of all, we have to click on the launch button. So that will initiate the lab environment. So in here, I click on that. So the lab is ready. The lab duration is 45 minutes to complete. There are 8 tasks to complete this lab. Which comprises almost 66 core activities to perform. So the tasks involve creating an Amazon simple storage service, create an S3 bucket policy, modify an application to use the S3 bucket. Then we have to upload an object to the S3 bucket, create an Amazon DynamoDB table, then test the application using the application web interface, manage existing DynamoDB items using the AWS Management Console, and create items to DynamoDB table using the AWS Management Console. So these are the tasks that we need to complete. So first of all, we have to open the AWS Management Console. For that, we have to click on the Open Console so we can access the resources. So the console is open now. Here, one most important thing is the region that is selected here. So at the moment, that is AP Southeast true, and we have to see here that the lab region should be the same, so that we will be able to perform multiple tasks. So that is the same. So now come to the task 1. The task 1 is the first task is to create Amazon simple storage service. Before that, there are 2 things to complete. That is, open the lab instructions page, and there is some resources provided. So we have to open public web application URL, and we have to open it here. So we are able to access one installed web application, right? So the next thing, we are going to open the S3, and then we are going to create the S3 bucket. So from here, actually S3, and we are going to open the S3 bucket. The bucket name should be as given, create bucket, and then this one. So here we need to change the initials. For example, I can go for HMK, for example, and here with the numbers, any random numbers we can provide. For example, here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can give any random number, for example, 7766, example, right? So, and whatever name we have given, that should be copied because it will use in the next stages, right? Okay. the region, make sure we already made sure that the regions are same. And then obviously in the block public access setting, and for this bucket block, all public access is enabled. So all these are enabled. And then we are going to create the bucket. We are keeping the default settings, everything. So we are going to create the bucket here. So successfully created the bucket. So this is the bucket imply for to bucket HMK 7766 is created for myself. So task 1 is completed. Now come to the another thing, that is create task 2, that is create an S3 bucket policy. So now we are going to create the bucket policy. So for that we are going to go to the bucket, and then for the permissions, and then we are going to set some bucket policies. We have to click on the bucket permissions and then bucket policy. At the moment there is no bucket policy, so we are going to add it, and then we are going to copy this all information and edit, and here we are going to paste the permissions. So that is a bucket policy that is allow read access to we have to modify some things here. For example, here insert account number, and also we have to change this insert bucket name. So all these two things, here we already copied the bucket name, we just created, right? So this is the bucket name that we already have. So we have to copy this bucket name and then place the insert bucket name here. And here also. And the same, that is insert account number. Here we can have this account number, this account number. So we have to copy, and then we are going to change the account number, right? Then we have to save changes, and here successfully edited bucket policy. So we have created bucket policy for imply for to bucket H1K 7766 for this account. So task 2 is also completed. Third task is modify the application to use the S3 bucket. So in this task, we configure the application to use the bucket as a source of imply images. So we have to return to the browser tab where imply directory application is open here. And then in the administration, actually, we are going to see that DynamoDB is enabled or not, and what other things are enabled. So now we can see that DynamoDB is not enabled, and S3 access is also disabled. So first of all, we have to paste the bucket name here. So it will connect the bucket, right? So S3 access is enabled now. So it is enabled, and we successfully enabled the S3 access. So next thing, that is task number 4, upload an image to S3 bucket. Now, so in here, we are having this photo-zip URL. So we have to copy it and open. So it will download the sample photos, and we have to unzip and so we are having these 10 photos in the folder. So now we have to go to the S3 bucket according to these steps, and we are going to upload those files on the S3 bucket. So S3 bucket, and then we are going to bucket this one, and then we are going to file and folder section, and then we have a object tab, and then we are going to upload the file. So we are going to upload the file, add files. So for example, that is here. So we have selected the folder and then open. Now these all files are going to be uploaded on the S3 bucket, right? So upload. So it is uploading all the files. Next step, that is it's closed, and then we can see that as this bucket is associated with that. So in this web application, we should be able to see the uploaded images. So we have obtained all the images that are uploaded. There are visible here in the application. So it makes the completion of the task 4, right? So come to the task number 5, where we are going to work with the Amazon DynamoDB at the task number 5. So in this task, we are going to initiate DynamoDB now. So we are going to open DynamoDB service. So in here, we are going to create a table. Create a table. So the table name, whereas its key is its partition key, that is ID, and its type is as a string, and then everything we are keeping as default, and then we are going to create the table. So employee table is going to create. It's taking a bit time, so it will be created, right? So the table creation may take a minute, or for example, it takes some time. Basically, it needs to configure everything, and then after the successful completion of the table, the task 5 is complete. Now come to the task number 6, which is test the application using the application web interface. So now in this, we are going to go public web application URL that we already have, and then we are going to go into the administration and then go for the administration. So here, the administration, there is configuration. So now we are going to activate the DynamoDB thing. So here, after creation of the table, we can see that DynamoDB is enabled also. It means that DynamoDB is also configured for this application, right? So next thing that is get implies section, and then there is management. So in this tab, we are going to add some data relevant to the implies as well as the respective values, right? So it is taking a bit time to load everything. The table we have created, the images we have done, we have uploaded. So so we have this interface now. In the actions, actually, we are going to add a new imply. So according to this, we are going to fill the form with the name, location, and email fields. Name, location, and email fields. And then we have to upload the photos for that, right? So let's suppose we add some data. For example, Ali location is, for example, Bahrain. And my email address is @abc.com, and then photos. So for example, we select any photo, should be the male, okay, and then we can add. So we have added the imply information in the application. So here we can see that the photo is relevant to the S3, whereas the other fields that are relevant to the DynamoDB. So we can add more implies also, but it completes the task number 6. Now come to the second last task, that is task 7, manage existing DynamoDB items using the AWS Management Console. At the moment, we are making the changes through the web application, whereas we can change in the DynamoDB using the JSON file, and also at the later stages, we can go directly to the DynamoDB. Here, we are interacting with using this application interface, whereas on the other hand, we can use DynamoDB interface as well as the AWS JSON files for the data. So come to the task number 7, that is managing existing DynamoDB items using the AWS Management Console. So for that, we are going to return to the DynamoDB table, and in the table there is implies table. We are going to click on that, and then we can see that there are some informations are given, how many number of read writes and table items and everything that is here, and we can configure it. But at the moment, the scope is limited, so we are just focusing on certain things to modify the items using the JSON file also, right? So explore table items that we already have seen, right? So all these things. Click here, explore table items. Here we can see that this user, we have added this user, ID, email, and all these things, right? So next thing, that is click on the, and then there is JSON file. Sorry. So here we can see that there is the attribute names, and then there are values. We can modify the values here. Also, we can go for the JSON view, and here we can change the values from here also, right? For example, here we have Ali. Here we can go for Ahmad, and also for the email, we can go for Ahmad, right? And then we are going to save and close. and the items has been saved successfully. Let's see here. Currently, it is Ali, Bahrain, Ali. So we have to refresh the page, and then we can see the values are changed from Ahmed, Bahrain, Ahmed, ABC, right? So it means that we can change the data from here, and also we are able to modify the data from the AWS Management Console, right? So it completes the task 7. Now move to the task number 8. Create items. Here we have manage existing Dynamo item, and then here we are going to create items in DynamoDB Table using the AWS Management Console. So in this task, we will use AWS Management Console to create DynamoDB items in the table. So for that, we are going to go to the DynamoDB table, and then we will see the item return section, and then we will create the items. So here in this employees table, there is settings, actions, then we are going to create the item. Here there are two ways to create the item. That is, one is form view, another one that is JSON view. We have seen JSON view in the previous task. So here we are going to use form. For that, ID is unique. Basically here it is given. So we can add anything here, for example, some alphanumeric value as string, and then create item. Then we are going to add more attributes in here. For example, the second one, that is name, and its value is string type. String, and value name is this one. Type is string, and we can give, for example, Padma, right? Okay, then we are going to create another, and its name is, for example, location, and we can say UA, right? And we can add another one, which is email. Its value is xyz@abc.com, right? Okay, and then we are having photo, and it is also string type. But we want to keep it empty because the value is not a text. So now we are going to save and close. The item has been saved successfully, so all these items has been added. So the next thing is the expected output is the DynamoDB console return the following things. So here we can see even in the imply and this data, right? That is here. JSON view is also here, and also it should be reflected here. So now we can see that there is another imply is added. So all the information for 2 is not available because that was not added there. It can be done, but actually at this time that was taken as integer, so we can directly add from here. So this completes the lab, and we have completed all the tasks. We have created the S3 bucket, and then I applied the bucket policy, and then we modified the bucket by adding the files, and then we created the Amazon DB, and then we have tested it by entering the data, and we can see the effects of everything here. Like previously that was not connected, DynamoDB was not enabled, S3 bucket was not enabled. Now both are enabled, and everything is connected and working fine. So this is the end of the lab for lab 3 of AWS Technical Essentials. In the next lab, it is also very important, and which will also help you to complete the course. Right? If you have any question, any queries and all, you can write in the comments. I can respond you at that place. Right? Thank you very much for your time and learning. Bye.